All right, welcome to Global from Asia 385, talking about experiences launching on Amazon in FBA in 2022. Also a little case study for our Blimp Method program. Let's do this.
Welcome to the Global from Asia podcast, where the daunting process of running an international business is broken down into straight up actionable advice. And now, your host, Michael Michelini.
Wow, we're super excited for this one. This is a wonderful episode because we have a lot of persons here putting a lot of inputs. And I think this is something very exciting because there's a lot of thoughts, experiences. You know, we were talking more about the branding. There's a lot coming in for this episode. What can you say about this episode?
I feel like a lot of the latest shows have been like roundtables and lots of people, right? You were like, wow, how many people are in this? So yeah, it's a lot of cool people. We have Francis, who is the main participant and a franchisee. We call it in the Blimp program under Excalibur Brothers brand, and Peter, our Amazon experts that worked with Francis, and then we brought Luciano. I think people have gotten to know Luciano, our partner at Excalibur Brothers, and a very talented branding expert. And yeah, and then you and me, so it's like 5 people. Yeah, but it's a really good one. We talk about the whole. It's getting towards the end of the year. Can you believe it? So. Yeah. The experiences of launching in 2022, towards the end of the COVID and certain lockdowns in China. And we talk about launching the product and we get some really good insights. So
Absolutely. I totally agree. And again, we're super happy that, with Francis, with Peter, everything's going well since that they've been here and having the Blimp program. And that's pretty much it. I think so. This is pretty exciting because you will see how it will unfold and what really unfolded in their business being in the Blimp program. There's a lot coming in with them.
Yeah, let's tune in. It's action-packed.
All right, let's go on to the episode and enjoy and listen, and we'll be right back.
And thank you to our sponsor, our returning sponsor, Mercury.com, online bank. Well, it's a real bank, but you can do it totally online for US. Our Blimp program participants are going through this as well. Thank you, Mercury. Travis is great there. He's been on our show. He's been in our events. We're going to have another event where we will have them attending as well. And if you want to get a little bonus for you and us, if you sign up and do some special circumstances, you can go to globalfromasia.com/Mercury. I also have a video tutorial that we use even for the Blimp people. I use the same exact video to learn how to use it. I hope you can check it out. Totally free. Why not? See you there.
All right. So welcome everyone. We're back here in our podcast, and we are very happy that I'm here again with Mike Michelini, and we are here to welcome you back with another episode, and we are so excited for this one. Again, we don't have 1, 2, but we have a lot of guests today, and I'm sure that you will enjoy this episode moving forward. All right, let's kick it off. All right, today's show, we have one of our franchisees from the first cohort of the Blimp Method program, which we kicked off right in the new year of January 2022. As the series coming to a close, can you believe it's already in Q4? And we thought it is a perfect time to invite Francis and Peter to the podcast today to share the experience as well as the insights of launching a product on Amazon in 2022. And working with us at GFA's Blimp Method course program, we are here to introduce Peter and Francis. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. My pleasure.
How's everything going with the both of you? And also with Luciano. Welcome back here again.
Thank you.
Great.
How's everything going today for the whole week?
All good here.
Fantastic over here.
Good to know. We are very happy, of course, with Mike here. We're very happy and so excited for this episode to be coming here and talking more with every one of you. And of course, we are very fortunate that we are here to have you in our podcast, past podcast episodes as well, which was fascinating. For those who are meeting you for the first time, could you introduce yourself, Peter?
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Faith, for kicking this off. It's a pleasure to be here, Mike. Well, my name is Peter Luxemburg. I'm Swedish and been living in Asia for the past 15 years. Been working with Amazon for about 8 years and as a consultant for the past 5 years. We relocated myself and my family from Asia back to Europe, to the Canary Islands in Spain earlier this year, from where I can conduct my consulting business as usual. That's me in a nutshell.
All right. And we're super happy again to have you here. This will be the first, but again, we are happy and excited for this episode coming in with you. And of course, I want to tap in with Luciano. Again, for everyone that doesn't know, Luciano is our branding expert and our partner in Excalibur Brothers. Welcome back, Luciano. How are you?
Thanks for the very warm introduction, Faith. I'm doing good. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful day, Shenzhen. I'm on the. Actually, it's a beautiful day because I came down to the beach to work this week, and I'm escaping the lockdowns of the city. So
Nice, lucky.
I'm very happy to be here.
Great.
Wow. We agree. Well, COVID is still around the corner, but again, always just to let you know, it's already 2023. We're moving forward, doing progress and development since the next year is just coming just shortly. And of course, we are here to introduce Francis again. He is the main investor and participant as well. How are you doing today? How's everything?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Faith.
And we're very happy to have you here again.
Thank you
And
very
this
much.
episode, of course. And I think Mike is super. Mike is very happy to have you. Any welcoming with Mike as well.
Yeah,
Mike.
well, Francis is dialing in from Toronto, but you originally from Hong Kong, right, Francis? And
Yes, I am from Hong Kong. Yes, originally.
it's been really great to work with you. So we'll get into the story a little bit. But
introduction now.
What was that, Francis?
Do you want me to give an introduction of myself?
Yeah, please introduce yourself.
Please do.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, so my name is Francis, and I live in Canada now. I started selling on Amazon about 4 years ago, but I have had no success doing it. I mean, when I say I have no success, I mean I haven't really sold even one unit of any product during those 4 years. And then Peter called me last year, and he said he's got a friend who's running a program that provides or supplies products and brand. And when I heard he say this friend supplies a brand, I've always heard people say it's very important to have a brand when selling on Amazon. But I've never, I never knew how to create a brand myself. So when Peter said this friend provides a brand to sell on Amazon, I was interested and I wanted to give it a try. So I joined the program. And so that was how I started on this blimp program. And so far it's been going very well. Yeah, I mean, things are really selling every day. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
That's all the introduction. Yeah.
Great.
Well, we're super happy to hear that, Francis. And of course, I want to tap in with Peter as well. I mean, how did you hear about the Blimp Method program and why were you interested?
Well, I am a friend of Mike since many years back, from time in Shenzhen and in Hong Kong. And I'm a member of the Global from Asia VIP group. And so, of course, I can hear what's going on with Mike and around Mike and in the community. And when this program was used earlier this year, I was interested to hear more about it because I think that was a concept or kind of a package solutions that I haven't heard other entrepreneurs or Amazon sellers come up with. I think that was the missing piece or the bridge between those who want to sell or don't know what to sell and those who know how to sell and what to sell, right? So making it easy, I think Mike and his team developed a great concept, a great brand with Luciano heading this branding profiling, super professional. So I don't have much time to join in on podcasts or presentations. Mike, I know you're doing a great job, but honestly, I have so much else to take care of. But
I know everybody's busy.
This specific presentation, I said, I want to join and listen in. So I did. And when I heard the Blimp program, and more exactly about Excalibur Brothers, it wasn't listening in for my own sake that I needed something like that. It was more like, who do I know in my circle of friends or clients that would be suitable for this kind of project? And a few names came up. Francis, you were one of them, of course. We've been knowing each other for a few years. And so I introduced this to Francis, and we took it off from there. Francis joined the next call, and that's pretty much where we started and where we took off with.
Super happy to hear that as well. And it seems that every single thing that is happening right now when it comes to the Blimp program and Luciano having to do the branding and helping out, well, it's 100% a go-go for everyone right now. What are your thoughts right now, Mike and Luciano? Let's start with Luciano. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm really, it makes me very, very happy to listen to Peter's words and about that, and Francis saying that he's happy that products is selling every day, because Mike and me, oh my God, we worked so hard on that for so long.
It's been over a year.
And it's been a year, man. We go to factories. It's a long story.
I think we'll chat. We'll go through some of that in the session, but even before the factories, before the factories though, was the brand process. You helped guide that with the branding, right? Before we even got to the products or the factory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went through like a very deep brand strategy process, and again, I'm really happy for the teamwork. It's been such a pleasure. And yeah, getting here today, listening to these feedbacks is make me completely like happy.
Great.
I believe Mike is feeling the same.
Yeah.
What are you feeling, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, we are executors, honestly, there's also Mayor was supposed to, maybe hopefully he can join, but Mayor's been on a show a few times about this. It's actually it's his business idea, honestly. I've been always supportive of his idea of the licensing model. And but yeah, we executed it, right? We went from the beginning to now. I mean, there's still so much more to go. We're still at the beginning, but we're all we're all we're not. I was joking on a marketing call today. I said, actually, Faith, should I rent a Lambo and put a Lambo on a YouTube ad and say make $1 million on Amazon, et cetera, et cetera. I don't like that style. We are people that practice and do, and that's why I think Peter was comfortable to introduce Francis to us. I remember we had that first kickoff call. I think I was in a restaurant or on the road. I remember, but I think actually, I don't know if you're willing to share, Francis. I think you kind of hinted towards it in the intro, but you've worked with you mentioned you've tried with other programs or other ways, and I don't really want to highlight the bad, but you've had some other bad experiences, and that's why I was really trying my best to make sure that we gave you a positive one. But I don't know if you'd like to give a little bit of those.
Yeah, I mean, when I say I've had no success, I mean, like I said earlier, I haven't sold, in 4 years' time, I haven't even sold 1 unit of any product. Just imagine how bad it is. I mean, I was really thinking, of giving it up. Honestly.
What were you selling, Francis, before?
I even went to the Canton Fair 1 year. In Canton, this huge fair.
Yeah.
And everything on display, I was thinking, what should I sell? What should I sell? And then in the end, I decided to place an order with a factory to produce, I don't remember, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 of those baby cups. baby suction cups that won't fall off the table. And then, I got those cups, manufactured, shipped to the US, all that. But in the end, all those products got gated. They wouldn't let me sell. And I had, I spent 1 year, trying to get it ungated with no success. In the end, I sold all the cups to a wholesaler in the US for, I think, $500. That was a terrible experience.
Sorry about that one. Yeah, I don't want to I don't want to drag that memory up too much, but honestly, I just wanted to make sure, like, I did feel responsible to make sure. We had some issues. We did have a little bit of rocky road, this year in 2022, but we're launched. We're gonna get through the whole story, but I felt like we had to make, especially because Peter, is in the community and your previous story. I was like, we got to make this work. So I'm really, really happy. Yeah, I think we can move to the next point, Faith.
Absolutely. Again, it's all about execution when it comes to business and just making sure that we are moving forward every single day when it comes to our plans and goals. And I want to tap in with Luciano, of course, about the product selection process. What was the experience of product selection in the program?
Wow, that's a very good question. First, we went through a very interesting process because we actually, Mike already have owned this brand called Caliber Brothers. This is a 2003 website, right, Mike?
Yep. It was actually, I knew the original owner, and we took over the brand during COVID.
Yeah, and Mike is extremely experienced in internet marketing and SEO. And we combined his experience and use this strategy to use a brand that's in a website that's already established. It helps get better ranking on Google, right, Mike?
Yeah, age and
one of the reasons is that So we started from that, right? This is our first framework to start. Let's use this resource and build a brand around it. And then we started building the brand around the story of the website and the target audience that we had at the moment, that they're buying medieval products, right, on the website. It's Caliber Brothers brand. They buy swords and people are looking for that. We try to leverage we try to identify who is this customer that likes that have particular interest in this topic. And match. We build avatars and try to understand what are their age and who are they, what kind of things they like, what kind of TV shows they like, what kind of music they like, and around that and after that we decided that the product line, the most interesting product line that we can match this medieval concept and this target audience would be this masculine, these products for men, but they're around in their 30s, 40s, and they like medieval products, but it could also allow people that like this kind of products be interested in medieval products as well. So then we decided first. I think Mike already had. Do you want to talk about the polishing cloth, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, so we were working on products for gifts, and we had some different ideas in advance, and we presented these to the first batch of franchisees. So like Peter mentioned about the webinar, so there was the webinar, which we invited, of course, our podcast listeners, our members, our email subscribers to join in late December. And then Peter really enjoyed. He saw a few of the products that we had pre-selected. Of course, we can't show all of our products publicly or even in a webinar, but we did show a couple. And then it was all about, like you had said, to match this men's gift using the medieval tone rather than just selling the swords or the knives. And then Peter was really excited about this. And then basically when we the whole program means nobody else can sell the same product, only one franchisee for one product. That's the core difference of this product from like this program from drop shipping, is we don't let everybody, there's only one, there's exclusive sellers on each listing. So then that's where we had talked with Peter, and he mentioned this to Francis, and then wanted to lock in the products is kind of how the program works. So it's a first come, first serve to lock in people to this exclusive agreement on that listing is the way this works.
Absolutely. There's a lot of coming in, especially when it comes to this program that is happening. And we are so happy that Luciano was really helping a lot when it comes to branding. And there's a lot of success happening lately. And again, it's developing and doing a lot of progress, as seen and as heard, what we heard from Peter and Francis as well. And of course, I want to go in with Peter. How did the manufacturing process go? And of course, we can talk about the delays due to lockdowns and many, many more. Any stories that you want to share about this matter as well?
Well, first of all, coming back to what Mike said about choosing the polishing cloth as a product for Francis, was that having sold on Amazon myself, private label brand for a few years, I had some kind of experience of similar products. So for me, it was pretty easy to kind of validate this product on the marketplace in terms of demand and the competitive landscape. So I felt very confident in discussing this with Francis, and to together with Francis decide to lock this product in as soon as possible. So I think that played a big role in Francis' decision making, played a big role in Mike and his team to feel confident in, okay, let's go ahead with this polishing cloth as the first product to start within the Excalibur Brothers program. Well, also having had some experience with similar products, is that we knew the potential problems that could occur in the manufacturing process. So I think with the communication with the factories, we already knew what kind of level of discussion in terms of quality and production capabilities we needed to discuss from the beginning. So I think we had a head start. We were not starting with a completely blank white paper. The production process, I think, has been, considering the circumstances in the world, has been moving forward all the time. Of course, there have been delays because of people restrictions, pretty much, right? Yeah, Mike, you know that more with being on the ground. Maybe you should.
I mean, it was really actually, Luciano and I got to be roommates for like a whole month. I went to go visit Luciano, staying with another good friend and business partner in another project, David. And I would sometimes even stay over for a night or two and get away from the wife and kids a bit. And so I got locked in there, you know. Well, actually, I think the story is my son wanted to spend time with them, maybe, and then he got locked in, so I couldn't get him out. So I went in and I got locked in with him. But we're both locked in, and then we can't even order. You know, we're in Shenzhen, China, and the factory is in China, but we couldn't even receive samples, right? Even though we're locked in, they didn't even let us get deliveries from SF Express, if people know what that is, or couriers. There was just no way to get products in. So there was samples. This is like March, you know, so we started in January. We picked the product, got the agreement, got the program started, got some things started. And, you know, like Peter said, we had some head start. So we were trying to go as fast as possible. We really want to try to get this going. We were trying to do like 6 to 8 months to launch. Actually, I think we kind of made that, actually. But it was a little bit delayed with the samples because we didn't want to just do a standard. Of course, there's, you know, there is some similarities on the market, but we want to differentiate some. But I think the hardest, Luciano can talk about the packaging. You know, Luciano has spent so much time on this packaging, but I actually have one with me. And Luciano, you want to share about the packaging? That was really
So we went very deep on choosing the papers and stuff, and sending samples. Initially, we're going to work with a factory in Dongguan. Price a bit high. We're very good, but price a bit high, yeah. They have this very like they have a like a they we simulate leather. The paper feels like leather actually. It's
Yeah, it's
very
like a
special.
crocodile. It's a crocodile finish.
I have I have very good experience on paper and stuff, so we really choose very like a special paper for that. Then I send it to the factory in Yiwu, but nobody in Yiwu can speak English. It's quite difficult. A lot of back and forth, but at least now I'm sure we got everything sorted out with them, and then we have the process. They have the paper, and then it's very easy to scale now. But just to set up the first ones, and there's so much like I say something to them, and they don't understand the translation, misspelling, and they got something else. Anyways, it's a challenge, but nothing new for someone who deals with China, and so it's cool. I have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Actually, Luciano says he likes to visit factories. I don't know if I've ever met anybody else
Yeah,
that
I
says
love it.
that.
Some people I don't like some people like hiking, some people like going to surf, some people like do some activities on the weekend, go to park. I love going to the factories. I love it. My favorite thing in the world. So
That's
when
crazy,
we go to a factory, I feel like it's a playground because I love seeing how things are built, and I love building stuff, and
I
it's,
I forgot.
I love it.
There's one more story really quick. We tried to go visit a factory together, and I mean, Luciano could go, but I couldn't go because of I didn't have a 24-hour negative COVID test result. So I couldn't enter that city or that district. So we're literally in the factory's car van, like factories have vans.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, just show us your QR codes while they're driving. And I'm like showing them my QR. And then, there's like talking back and forth. And then there's phone calls and we don't know what's going on. And then they're like, he can't go. I'm like, I can't
They
go.
kicked us out.
Yeah, I can't go. And then they're like, you can wait out here, and then we'll drive him in. And I'm like, it's this factory area. I'm like, am I gonna go sit in some kind of like fast food Chinese restaurant on the side of a highway, for like half a day? So I was like, I guess I could do that. But Luciano's like, no, like I'm not gonna leave you here. Like
I know, no, yeah, man.
That
It
was
work. We came back
that was
together, and then we went to another opportunity. Then
yeah.
we went to the lab. Now we work with a few factories, and then we have a build established relationship with them. And then we have this leather factory that we work with, like these products that are selling now. Most of them we did with these 2-3 factories.
Yeah.
And the future product line is gonna be like we already started out with them and building new samples, and now it's quite smooth. But
Yeah.
build the first step is a bit difficult, but now it's okay.
That sounds really great. There's a lot happening. And again, we are so happy that it has been doing a lot of progress. And you love working with factories and even just sightseeing on factories and seeing how things work. Well, I think I can relate. All right. Well, of course, I want to tap in with Francis, just the shipping process. And how are you feeling at this point when it comes to the shipping process?
The shipping process, I'm not too sure how it's done. Yeah, Peter asked me when I want to ship the things to the US by ship or by air. And I compared the prices and the timing. I mean, there wasn't a great difference in the timing. It's 30 days, but shipping by air would be a lot more expensive. So I decided to ship by sea. So that was the only consideration I had to make.
Yeah.
That was all. But I'm not quite sure about how they shipped it.
Sorry, Francis. Continue. I just want to add something
Peter,
later.
Peter, you know more about the process, I think, than me.
Oh, yeah, but the team laid out the different options, right? Ship by air, by sea, or combined, or parts like this and parts like that. But I think given that the production process had been taking a little bit longer time than we expected due to the back and forth with the COVID restrictions, etc., I think we didn't feel any rush, Francis, right?
Yeah.
Why should we spend money
that's
on
right.
top of everything now?
I thought I could wait 30 days. Yeah.
Time? Exactly. So we went with the most solid and more formal way of shipping everything by sea. And
that's right.
Once it arrived to the US, the check-in process to Amazon was smooth. Of course, being a new account, there was restrictions on how much we could ship in at the first delivery.
True, good point.
So we did some adjustments to that. So we are right now stocked in Amazon and also in the 3PL so that we can drip ship products when we see fit.
Yep. Yeah, there was a discussion too it's always tempting. Some people think, send some by air, some by sea to try to launch faster. But I think when we were all discussing it, we were concerned how much to send by air and it would still cost a lot. And then I think it would be very annoying if we sold out of this air shipment before the sea got in, and then you're kind of out of stock and then you got to get back on stock. So I think, we all kind of agreed to just wait a little bit extra time for the sea to save the money and then just, launch all together rather than kind of splitting air and sea.
Yeah.
There's a lot of deliberation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You were saying, Francis?
I thought the same way as Mike. Yeah. I mean, I could wait 30 days. I'm in no great hurry. Yeah. Let's get the products in all in one go. Yeah.
I agree. And of course, having to said that, well, there's a lot of deliberation happening if we want to ship it by air, say, well, there's a lot happening and we want to make sure that we are just giving the outputs and making sure that we're shipping the products at its best state. And of course, we want to tap in more with the launch process. Of course, Peter is the expert here who really worked with Francis on this process. And of course, since the Peter's expert here, we're so lucky to have his contribution. How did the process go?
Well, launching products today is slightly different than it used to be. We decided to go especially heavy on targeted PPC campaigns. We set aside a special budget that we could use up for the honeymoon period and a little bit afterwards so that we could enjoy the algorithm testing of the product once it arrived into stock. The listing itself was so fully optimized. It was fully optimized so that we had together decided which 5 top keyword we should be very keen on telling Amazon's algorithm that this is the keywords that we want to be recognized for. So we like I said, we set aside a budget. We went heavy on PPC. We did a little giveaways, if any, I would say. But the product itself, once it arrived to the initial buyers, it has convinced a lot of first-time receivers that, upon perception of the product, that they really want to tell the world about how they have received this product. So as you can see, I don't know if anybody has seen the full product yet, but if you haven't, then you will see a little bit later. If you as a buyer pay this premium price and you receive this product, first of all, the chances that you will leave a negative review are slim, if not zero. Secondly, you feel proud that you have received this product, that you have spent this money. You feel proud that you selected this product. So you feel extra keen on leaving a review. So immediately we got some initial reviews, which has helped the rest of the launch. So like Francis told us beginning, sales is coming every day and it's good sales. And, once you get into the wheel and it starts spinning, it's hard to stop. So we are seeing an increased sales now on a daily basis.
We're so happy to hear that the sales is going good now as of the moment with you. And again, we are so happy that this has been happening, do a lot of progress and development at this point. And of course, I want to tap in now. But Luciano, I know that you're so happy to hear this. And how are you feeling on the business model process now?
Well, I think there's a lot of the business, we aim to launch more products, right? Much more products. and improve the marketing and write more articles. Social media, we've been doing this a lot lately, and grow the brand. And we are like about to receive some samples now that we'll be working on, and yeah, that's very exciting.
I know it is. And I think Mike is super excited as well. And
Yeah.
of course, when it comes to the process as well, and of course, when it comes to the sales that has been happening now, what can you say? What are your thoughts now? Francis, anything that you want to say about the sales now? I think it has been going good.
Yes, it has been going good indeed. Yes, they're coming in every day. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, except
I think
yeah.
Mayor's not here, unfortunately, but I mean, he wants to point out that I think it was $1,000 in the first month in revenue, which is a pretty big milestone. And I think we're writing up that case. So within the first month, and it's only like basically, I think it's maybe 2.5 months now, maybe 3, that it's been even live. And I think sales were like almost 2K last month or 1,700, and then they're steadily picking. And we're just entering Q4 now, so I think it's a great Christmas gift, right? It's a great, like Peter mentioned, it's a premium product with premium branding and packaging that's perfect for gifting when you're comparing this from maybe others in the market. And it's also a premium price. It's much higher than the market price. Mayor's also strategically told us that to go really high. It's scary to go high on price. It is. You're tempted to just go low, especially launching, especially you just want to get going, right? But we all stuck to it. I think there's maybe a small coupon, but I think mostly it's been at that price point. And it's scary, especially with established players in the market with reviews and velocity. It's still at least 1 or 2 sales a day at a higher price point.
Yeah. It's more than that. I mean, I think we're looking at the doubling on a monthly basis now. Like I said, there was 1,000, there was then 2,000. Now we're reaching 4,000 this month, as it looks. And then we have November, which has Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and other holiday activities, and then Christmas. So it feels like, looking in hindsight, having been waiting for the product to come in and launch at the time we did was a perfect timing. And I would also like to add into the launching process, this wasn't just to do with having the product in and go heavy on PPC and those 5 keywords that we were talking. There was a lot around this from a branding perspective, right? The website was there. There was social media activities. There's been an outreach in the community. So I think all that combined helped a lot to get the attention. And, every signal you send to Amazon, internal signal or anything that it snaps up outside of their own little circle, that helps. And I think all together has helped the launch very well. So super excited to continue and see more products in this range within the Excalibur brothers. And I think we'll discuss that a little bit later on. We are keen on having more products. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And we are so happy to hear that from you, not only when it comes to the launching process. There's a lot of factors that really adds up for its success, for its launching, and for the sales going good as well. And of course, at this point, again, the future of adding more products potentially. And again, we are already discussing with Peter and Francis, everyone, on the second product under the brand in program. So it is great to see it grow together. And that is what the program is all about, aligning the interests of the brand and the sellers and the course program like GFA has here, which we can call the Blimp method. Again, what is the future? Just want to tap in with Peter. What is the future potentially adding more products on this part?
Well, we're discussing with Mike and his team and Francis which products we think fit us, that we feel comfortable with. I mean, there are, as Luciano mentioned, a range of different products within that umbrella. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we feel that this fits as a sidekick of our main product as we already launched. So we're discussing different options, and I think we kind of narrowed it down to one specific product.
Cool.
And if things work out well, then I think in Q1 this is something that will definitely push the button. What do you say, Francis?
Yeah. Yep. I have nothing to add on. I have nothing much to
Well,
add at this point. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with you.
Well, we discussed about 3 different products from the whole range available, and I think Mike is giving us a little bit of a head start because we have been working together already and proven to have a good cooperation. So
Wow.
we can decide, then we can do it. Yeah.
Great, exciting.
It's super exciting. I think a lot of your buyers already will love to see and receive more products moving forward, your new plans and everything. Well, they're so excited, I believe so, with the potential new products that you'll be launching as well. And of course, any points you want to make as well, Shano?
Well, as Peter said, we are building like an umbrella of products, right? We have like a big range of different products, and it's one of the things that we think is really important when we're building this product selection is making every single product that we put under the brand very cohesive and very consistent with one another, because when you see them as a family, you're gonna have a glance on the product, the packaging, and all the family you see. This is Excalibur Brothers brand product. And the more products we launch and the more sales we have, the stronger the brand become, and all the sellers together under the program will benefit from this success of the other sellers. So it's really good to have a big team of people working together in something, because everybody wins together and everybody helps each other. It's really exciting to do that.
I agree. Of course, it's always the collaborative work that works best when it comes to, of course, selling and, of course, just working together, just give out the best output. And, of course, for Mike, and I think the community element, you like this the best. I think this is the best part for you. Can you share more about that?
Yeah, again, I really appreciate Mayor a lot. He's been on a show quite a few times in our podcast, so you can check out some of his previous episodes since he's not here with us now. But he always said to me, he's like, Mike, this is because he knows I love the community stuff, right? Like the Global from Asia podcast, the Cross Border Summit, the masterminds. But he says you don't have like a business model for that, right? Like, yeah, you have like Peter supports being a member and being in the community and others, but there's no business model that keeps everybody together through business, making business. So he says, because he's the one that thought of this model, right? I always credit him for that. But he came to me to do this, and he says, I love to bring people together. I love to do events. Like we do masterminds for the Blimp method. Peter and Francis have also seen Bob and Jorge. Just a small group for now in our first cohort. But like Luciano says, we're all helping each other. Bob says he'd love to help do more cross promotions with his product and other products in the cohort. I'm still working out how to best do that. Maybe Peter can give me some ideas, but cross promotions and things like that. But the idea is we all win together. And of course, some people might be thinking, why couldn't a Francis launch his own brand? Of course, you could launch your own brand. We encourage you or others to do that. But I think we didn't get into details with Luciano on building this brand, but it was quite a significant amount of time and also skill to do that. And a lot of people don't want to, or don't know how to, or don't, so they could join this type of a system to take that product and skip all that time of the branding and launch a product. And then also the idea of the word Blimp, it means brand licensing improve, BL imp brand. And I thought of that and I was thinking of Blimp. So like, as Luciano says, as more join, it gets bigger, right? And it almost is like Amazon, the jungle, right? Amazon's about the jungle. So it's more in this jungle, but this is as more in this Blimp, we all grow together, right? All of the people in this system will grow. So, I even, even Mayor's saying we could do a program event just for Excalibur Brothers, right? And all the franchisees can come together. And actually, we have to develop that a little bit more, maybe with Luciano, but they are knights. Like Luciano, Peter, and Francis are knights of the round table by being a franchisee, right? And there's so much to do, but the idea is like, just like McDonald's invites the franchisees of all the different chains to come to their university, to come to their like events. I'm not a franchisee of McDonald's, but the idea is the same here. We could have like an Excalibur Brothers gathering of franchisees and have like a nice dinner. I can imagine like Luciano, right? Like having like a castle theme, right? Of course, this is further down the road, but this is stuff I look forward to, and hopefully everybody's making really good, not just of course making money, but also making friends, right? And learning and growing together.
That's a good point. But sorry, Faith, but that's a good point. I think also to answer the question, why couldn't Francis do all of this by himself, right? I mean, we are all good at different things, right? I think together, combined, we can all benefit with what we are best at. Right?
Yeah.
So I think the project, if Francis would pull this himself, yes, it could be realized, but it would take much longer time, I'm sure, because here we have so many heads working together and doing their part. So it's a joint effort, and it's actually, how fun is it to do everything by yourself? Seriously,
Exactly.
I'm not here only to make money. I'm here to have fun.
Exactly.
Right? That's part of it.
Yep. And then, just to add to that, and we say this in our webinars, but Francis, of course, actually even others, Jorge in the program, maybe he's considering opening his own brand, and he hopefully still sells these listings, right? And enjoys this cash flow. I don't think but the people in his program have gone through this process, have built up their experience, and there's nothing stopping them. Of course, we hope you definitely don't try to compete with us, but in a non-competing category, it's no problem. Or you can add more products, right? You're talking about adding more products under the brand. Of course, we'll give you a preferential treatment, and because you're already in the program and already have the general license with the brand. So there's lots that we can do together, and that's my favorite part, because honestly, a lot of people know I work hard on all this community stuff. Like, this podcast is free. Yeah, we have some sponsors. Yeah, we have some members, but I think this is a more sustainable way to support the content and community.
Absolutely. Of course, we are so excited with the coming launching of new products. There's a lot coming in, and we want everyone to also just support the brand of Peter. And of course, potentially, if we will be having our brand for Francis, and we're super excited for you, for your business ventures as well. And also for Peter, how can people connect with you?
You can visit my website, frostlimited.com. Contact me there by phone, WhatsApp, email, any way you want. Or if you pass by the Canary Islands in south of Europe.
Nice.
All right. Of course, everyone, just keep supporting the brand of Peter. We are so happy to have you here again in our podcast. Also for Francis and Luciano giving more inputs in this podcast. We are super happy that we are moving forward and getting better and developing a lot for 2023, of course. And again, thank you so much, everyone, for coming on the show and sharing this with us today. And let's rock the fourth quarter and grow to new heights in 2023. Again, this is Faye, your co-host for the Blip Method, and here with Mike. And we are so excited to see you moving forward 2023. Again, we are super excited to see you again in our next episode. Thank you so much, everyone. And we look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Are you looking for a cross-border logistics company from Asia to the East and the West? Then look no further. Cross Better Logistics is a solution for you. From ocean shipping to air freight, from factory to 3PL warehouse, Amazon FBA, and Walmart,
Cross Better Logistics is an experienced service provider for e-commerce sellers and B2B traders on TPS Trade. As a GFA partner level sponsor, let them know we sent you and they'll take care of you. Check them out at www.crossbetter.com today. All right. It was a wonderful yet informative episode. Having to hear that from Francis, from Peter, with Luciano's help, I think the branding and the product launch is going up and away for them. We were so excited having to see the progress on this brand. What can you say about the podcast that we have done with them?
You got me thinking up and away when you said that. It's like the blimp, the idea of the blimp. Yeah, like that was the idea of the name of the program. Is we're inflating this big balloon to launch, and it takes a lot of people. Like you can see 5 of us on the show, different specialties, different backgrounds, different resources. And I don't want to say it's difficult, but it's definitely not as easy as it used to be. I think anybody would say Amazon and e-commerce has gotten a little bit more advanced. You have to have more branding, more preparations with your launch process and patience, and then logistics navigating. So it's quite a lot of things, but yeah, it's just a pleasure. I think actually Luciano, after the recording, was so happy. Well, he was really impressed with you, Faith, your energy, but he was also saying how it felt great to just see Francis and Peter's success. And we didn't tell him what to say. We didn't force him to say something. It just felt good that he's happy, and that's what we're really trying to do, is make a step-by-step process for people to get started on the Amazon right away with a product. So
I agree. I totally agree. And Luciano was really helping when it comes to the production selection, when it comes to the process, and many, many more. And I think, that's pretty true. They were just so happy. Francis and Peter were just saying the things that happened to them being in the Blimp program.
Yeah.
And, we have a good news for everyone as well, for the listeners, for our viewers. We have another person signing up for the Blimp program. What's his name again? Sorry?
David. Yeah, we work together in other projects, and he's, actually, I think I said in an interview, I can't remember, but I'll be honest, Face, I'm not good at promoting. I'm not like a good pusher, I gotta get more pushy, but what I'm saying is our current participants are adding more products. Like Francis is planning to do more. People are happy in the program. So David's been seeing this, and he's seeing it, right? So he's like, he wants to get in. We showed some of the products we're developing. We're developing a small group of products with Luciano right now to expand the product line. And he's like, I can't say it. I hate to say it, but I can't say it publicly on the show because it's, as anybody knows, product research is difficult. So he's like, I want that. So we're like, you got to lock this in now. You got to get in. So he's going through the process of onboarding right now. So it's super exciting. Literally, just sent me a message before the show asking about the next steps.
Absolutely. I think when it comes to Peter and also with Francis, they were doing a lot of process. They were doing a lot of researches, a lot of strategizing, planning, and with the help of the Blimp program, it makes it a bit, there's like a little bit help that you are really making. Honestly, not only a little help, it's a big help, since that you are there really helping to analyze every single thing. And from that, of course, they were so happy. They were so glad to what's happening with the progress, with the branding. Luciano's really helping a lot on that sense. Luciano was taking care of a lot of the branding and everything. What can you say about Luciano's help when it comes to their brand?
He's a gifted, more than branding. I think he's a real artist. I went to his art gallery. Maybe we could put it on the show notes before I left China.
Sure.
He did a art gallery, live gallery party where his art was there with some other amazing artists, and his cocktails, like one of those I've never really been to maybe one or two of those before, but it's like It's like one of those fancy things where, you know, you have the champagne and the little snacks and stuff, and you're looking at art and feeling all fancy. So he's an artist as well as a designer, and yeah, like you can tell when he works on something, it's a whole complete. And with the newest products, he's even more excited. Honestly, he says, because now it's all complementing each other, and it's creating a whole kind of group. And he, you know, there's groups with the factory that we're in, and he's just saying this is great, and samples are coming. So it'll be Q1. It's not obviously too late for Q4, but it's Q1, and maybe some listeners can get in. You know, basically what I've noticed, as I'm not selling like Lamborghinis, you know, and $1 million, you know, bullshit ads, but we're selling good products. People, when they see the products and they're the exclusive seller of that product, that's when people will get excited. So we're trying to figure out the right way, Faith. Maybe it's first the GFA VIP members can see, because we can't just show it to everybody. So we do a lot of work. But also the other thing I don't think we talk about in the program, in the podcast, because we didn't get a chance to do it with Francis, but for the other two, Jorge and Bob, we consolidated their shipment to send it together. So it was a little bit of savings of the money, because if they did it separately, they would have paid more. So that's another idea, is we're trying to even ship as a group so that you can save on your shipping costs if you bundle it together. Right. And we're doing a show after this one. It will be about Cross Better, one of our partners and sponsors, and we can help consolidate everyone and ship together. So it's really exciting.
I agree. And I think that we were talking about it earlier. There's a new product coming in. You surely want to watch out for that, guys. There's a lot coming in here. Again, it's already October here, coming into November, Halloween.
Yeah.
And
well, actually,
what are your plans now?
Powerpuff Girl costume. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, I think I need to buy that. I need to buy one now that fits now with me.
Oh, nice.
So.
Nice. We could put the photo. Put the photo on the show notes.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. And there's a lot coming in for everyone, not only for Halloween, like in the sense, there's a lot coming in. Please do watch out for Peter's brand, for Francis's brand. Again, it's a big one. It's a big revelation for everyone that you can see with the new products as well that we are launching.
Yeah.
With David. Congratulations with David. There's a lot coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to have David with us as well.
Yeah.
In our future podcast. I think so.
We got the other participants are happy. Jorge's doing more products. Talking about more products. Bob's talking about more products. We only had a small group in the first batch. And I hate to say, I don't know if it's good or bad to say, but we've actually not accepted everybody that wanted to join, even though they had, you know, money to join. We didn't accept everyone. Mm-hmm. But because, well, as much as anybody likes to get sales or money, we will make sure it's the right fit for both parties. So we really need to get to know people and why they're joining and what's their expectation and what's their reason. So I think you know, I love exclusive. You know, we're at quality over quantity. So I think if people can just email even our Global from Asia blog, like blog@globalfromasia.com, like Blimp, and let us know if you're interested. And maybe I think we both know Sally's doing great things. She's helping out. I don't.
Here.
She's helpful. So our team could talk to you, understand. I think it's better than just trying to hype up, like, you know, like countdown timers and buy now. I think it's more of a consultative session where we get to know if you're the right fit to join the Blimp program. So maybe I think that's maybe invest, and then we can maybe hook you up with a little bit of a discount or see some of the products before you could have to commit. It's a good, better offer.
Absolutely. Well, this is something that you want to consider very, very soon. ASAP, I think so. Because again, Blimp program just wants the best for you. And we are here to help you. Again, there's a lot. It's a big team that we have here. And we are so excited to cater you. Again, it's always good to be a good fit as well. So we want to make sure everything's coming in. We're on the same page. And yeah, this is so exciting for everyone. If you want to inquire and would love to learn more of how to be in it, what's the process, how to do it or whatever. There's a lot of questions with everyone.
Yeah, sure.
Please do. We have Mike here that could really help with the Blimp program. There's a lot of questions as well. I think so.
Yeah. So blimpmethod.com, people have been signing up on the waiting list, and most likely do a end of year like kind of webinar for Blimp Method like we did in the past. And that might be a good way or course, or if you're interested to sign up earlier, we could consult with you. So I think that's a good way to wrap it up. Faith, what do you think?
Everything's good. I think so too. And again, we look forward to seeing you more in our future podcasts.
Definitely.
We're really happy having more guests, not only one, but 2 or 3. And of course, this is something for everyone to look forward to, and make sure to be in our next podcast. And everything's going well, and it's coming in for everyone. A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful podcast. More coming in for 2023 as well.
Yeah, we got great ones already recorded, right? Faith and I have been busy and talking to some great people. They're in the lineup, so we got great shows coming up. So thanks everybody. Make sure to like, subscribe, and see you in the next show. Thanks so much, everybody.
We'll see you. Thank you so much. See you then.
To get more info about running an international business, please visit our website at www.globalfromasia.com. That's www.globalfromasia.com. Also, be sure to subscribe to our iTunes feed. Thanks for tuning in.